you don't help us eat these vegetables, then you shouldn't get any pizza. How the hell is that bullcrap? Why should we do all the work while you reap the reward?
Hey there, Jeremy. I see you've caught wind of people exercising their right to assemble. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah!
Well, I'm here to tell you all about that right and the part of the Constitution that protects this right, that being the First Amendment of the Constitution. But what is this amendment, I hear your unconscious mouth asking? Well, in the Constitution, it is explicitly stated that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech,
That's some shonky business right there.
or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. This amendment, alongside the next 9, was created with the ratification of the Bill of Rights in 1791, made as a response to public fears that a new rational government may act in a ruthless manner to its citizens by guaranteeing specific rights to the people of the country, like the right to bear arms. Do note that this came just over a decade after the American Revolution against Great Britain's taxation that had no representation, so it only made sense that people would begin to fear tyranny. This freedom has been at the mercy of being involved with all 3 branches of the United States government. For instance, in 1989, a man named Gregory Lee Johnson, in protest of the Reagan administration, set a flag of the U.S. ablaze.
LSPD, your history, boy! Stop right there!
Darn.
Resulting in a $2,000 fine and a year in jail due to a law in Texas outlawing flag desecration. However, the case was then sent to the Supreme Court, and the majority of judges, in a 5-4 difference, declared that flag desecration is protected under the First Amendment, falling under the category of expressive conduct. The second case is with the legislative branch, when they passed the Sedition Act of 1798. At the time, the U.S. was very close to going to war with France. So, out of fear of people sympathizing with the French, Congress passed the Alien and Sedition Acts, which included the aforementioned Sedition Act. The act in question made it so that if anyone willingly engages in the expression of any form of criticism against the government, they would face up to a $2,000 fine and imprisonment of up to 2 years, directly violating the First Amendment's protection of speech and press. Our third and final instance is with the executive branch. During the final year of his first presidency, President Donald Trump issued Executive Order 13925 on May 28, 2020 as an attempt to prevent censorship online. In that order, he explains that the freedom of speech is the bedrock of American democracy and that we cannot allow online platforms to handpick the speech Americans can convey.
Also, it's a good idea to set up a Gobblegum pack that has a cashback, in my opinion, or a raindrops if you're a gooner. Another weapon that's great for the boss fight because it's amazing for taking down the boss's armor is the
That's right, ladies. I'm available.
Describing it as fundamentally un-American and anti-democratic, with platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube wielding immense power to shape interpretation of public events, remove information, and to control what people do and do not see. The exact specifications of the order, made shorter for your already short attention span from being on social media all day, were that it provided protections against censorship online and also protected taxpayer cash from being used to finance online platforms from restricting free speech. However, the problem here is that not every country has the luxury of having free speech, such as countries like North Korea, where they have heavy restrictions on what can be consumed by the public, evident by them not only monitoring phone calls, text messages, and internet activity, but also prohibiting contact with people outside of the country. Not to mention the prohibition of foreign media where accessing and distributing such would incur punishments like the death penalty, a consequence that can even befall people who criticize the government.
I'll see you all in hell!
Another, more comedic case involving restrictions of press takes place within China, where, while the character himself wasn't completely banned in the country, the Chinese government specifically went out of their way to censor any comparison between Winnie the Pooh and President Xi Jinping. Of course, other countries out there have laws restricting what the First Amendment protects for us, but for the sake of time, only the cases with China and North Korea have been presented. Now, Jeremy, do you see the importance of the First Amendment?
Yeah!
Stuff like what goes on in North Korea is why we as a society should be glad we have the amendment in the first place. The amendment is so good that even 9 in 10 Americans agree that it's vital.
No!
Even though only 10% can actually list all 5 of its protections. Now get on out there, express your freedom like it's nobody's business.
Alright! Oh, what's up? You
No, that is absolutely
name are you
not
doing?
what I meant. Every time I forget to tell them that it doesn't give them the right to just yell obscenities at people out of the blue. You never know how someone might take it.